Hello everyone, my name is Caden and welcome back to more Trails Beyond the Horizon. Last time, finished up the intermission and started working through Reen's route for Act 2. And we're going to be mostly doing side quest stuff I think today, but also trying to get a little bit of story if we can. I did do so off recording, I just went through the only thing I really did was just get the S rank for, whatchamacallit. Let me go over here to show it off. Here, I got the S rank for, the Infested Reef. Now, we need to go back to the first domain, apparently, because there's a side quest. Wait, right? Can I not? Wait, I just realized I can't view side quests here. Well, we can just check it this way.
The last obstacle between us and the...
That's definitely different.
This looks like
that's
a good
wildly
stopping
different,
point.
actually. Hi. That's a new enemy.
Gotcha!
What in the world is this? I'm sorry.
That one's big.
This thing is awesome looking, and it's a side enemy, Volga Dahak. What is this thing?
Go all in on
It's
her.
like a dragon body, but it has three other dragon heads like coming out of it.
Give it your best shot.
And then there's just a giant eye in the chest cavity. That's sick.
Go at it.
Very pleased with his
Take the
existence.
reins.
Very cool. Anyways, time to die. Avenging
Muster
order.
all that you can. Read.
Now's the time to boost.
Radical force.
Thanks, Sahib.
force!
You have the advantage. Press it.
Mine.
Prepare.
Hieroglyph.
Roar. 1, 2, 3. More to go.
Crimson Leaf Blade.
There. Crimson Leaf Blade.
Very nice.
Keep your focus.
Attack their weakness with an art!
Here
Hummel.
we go. They're not getting no... You're
Blast him. Demonic Bolt Tackle. Oh, Christ. Help. That's a death blow.
Now. Your go, Rufus.
Screaming Burst.
I'll get you for that.
I didn't need to use it on Kevin.
Get
Right?
after it, Arkwright. There.
Get back up.
Thanks. Help yourself, R.A. Give it
Need
your
your
best
shield.
shot.
Your stamina runs low. Proceed with caution.
Dual Boo.
You would challenge a name.
Teach them a lesson,
So
Rufus!
be it. Let the
Die.
duel commence.
The boosters will have been raised!
Sucker!
Oh boy.
Good chance.
You did it on Reen again.
Pull out all the stops. Kevin, Calvary
Cavalry
Bolt. Sorry, pal.
Just say the word.
I'm still scared whenever we end up going to Kevin's route again. Hey, could you not do that?
Now, cut through.
Chaos
Simple.
Cold.
My move now. Arkwright,
Have it,
here we
pummel.
go. You're not getting no... You're crushed. Pistol. Go at it full.
POC in operation!
Why can I not use it?
Go all in on him. In I go. Keep it long. Together. Good chance. On guard.
Your stamina runs. Prepare.
On guard.
Hey,
Nice.
Looks
like
like
our
our work here is done.
First
Here
domain
for our
bouncy.
efforts.
That was some wicked
Well, somebody
fun.
got killed. Sorry, Reen.
An accolade I'll receive.
I showed off that I did this, yeah. I guess we can just do one more Grimoire Decryption run.
Would you
For the
care to
road.
do? What are we going to get?
I heard
Feast
2
your
rainbows.
eyes on a trove
Use
of
Pit
treasure.
Girl sunglasses and Nadia's Z1 Pit Girl attire. Alright. Alright, I think we're good to exit the Grim Garden at this point. We already looked at the second memento orb. So that's everything we need to do for the Grim Garden right now, is what it should be. Why is... That's weird. I keep opening my menu at times, and I don't mean to. In fact, all I'm doing is putting my controller down on my lap, but it's opening the menu for some reason, and I don't understand how. I don't even know what button I can be hitting that's doing that. Anyways. Actually... Hang on a sec. There actually is stuff I want to go... I actually do need to go back. As it turns out, there's actually some stuff you can buy.
How may I help you?
Ooh, a new challenge. Hang on. We also
Seeking a
gotta do this. 5 creepy sheepy. Die, sheep.
There are so many of them. Look out!
Here to help.
Die.
Playtime is over now. Be sure you don't lag behind.
Allow me.
That one has a hat.
Hope she heard.
Captain Maki. Captain Maki.
Turn on me.
Now's the time to boost. Prepare!
Run to me.
Now, cut through. I'm up. Give it your
Prepare!
Cut him up.
there. Crimson Leaf Blade.
I'll help out.
Go at it full force. Cypher,
I'll
activate.
do this. Oh, wow, you moved into it. Thanks,
Take it
gamer.
away.
See ya.
Activating skills.
You messed up.
My turn to act.
Go all in. Catch some more.
Big one's tanky. Wait, doesn't one of these guys have death blow? Why do I suddenly think one of these guys has death
Bring it
blow?
on.
Go full throttle. COC activated.
Is there something in my subconscious that's making me think one of these guys have death blow? I'm gonna be very scared if one of these guys just starts insta-killing everybody.
Strut your stuff, Schwarzer.
Prepare!
Die! Kill the one with the hat.
I'll get you for that.
I feel like that maiming move is gonna end up insta-killing me somehow.
Your go, Rufus.
Brother.
You'll pay for that. You're fine. Strut your stuff, Schwarzer. Pack some more.
I can just use basic
charge,
attacks to
Kevin.
kill you.
Allow me.
And then do this.
Boost gauge augmented.
Wild taunt.
Activating.
Well, your taunt's pretty good because I'm about, I don't know. I was gonna try and do some... Anyways, 1 SP. Anyways, that's not what I actually came back in here for. Apparently...
The Grim Arena, then.
There is actually fishing here that I need to do. I wasn't planning how to return. Okay.
How about a shard search? Let's do this thing.
Oh boy. Oh boy. There's one new fish here we gotta get. I can't save the game here? Excuse you?
Looks like a nice fishing spot.
That's stupid.
Let's do this thing.
I'll do it twice. That's it.
That's it.
I don't know why I made that hard on
This is a
myself.
big one.
One more time.
That's it.
And then we're just moving on.
This is a big one.
Alright. I'll just have to do it at my own time. Thankfully, this shouldn't ever move away, so I should always be able to just go back here. No matter what point I'm at. in the
How may I
game.
help you?
What else is there? Got the memento orb. Got the challenge. I S-rank the 4th domain. I see. From the shop.
Please select a store. This is what we have for sale.
Soul Chef Medicinal Herbs. And Gingerbread House. Okay.
Thank you very much. This is
Should I
what we
do your
have for sale.
equipments? Yeah. Oh wow, it actually only shows for certain characters right now. Why is it these... Wait. Why is it for you four? I would have expected it to be for Reen's team. Okay. That's weird. Wonder why it's for... That's weird that's for, Kevin's team and not Reen's. Considering we're, you know...
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
well. Anyways,
Enjoy your adventure.
now we've got what we need. Items, Soul Chef medicinal herbs, elegant herb salad. Now that I think about it, wasn't there a book I got too? I can't remember. Oh well. Home cooking. I need the elegant herb
we'll
salad.
do a little cooking. There we go. Enjoy.
And the rich, strawberry sundae.
Is through his stomach. That's what makes me
Is there anything else I've missed out on? Nope. So we should have 2 food items, but 3 because we made up some of the...
Thanks for the meal.
Made up for some of the ones we missed in the past.
Thanks for the meal. We earned it.
Alright. Let's go ahead and just use these to upgrade our stats if possible. Actually, nobody really needs these, do they? Might as well save them. Anyways, we are officially able to go around here, so where's the dash? Bezel. Okay, so there's one brochure from watching a movie. And does it have a recommended movie? Yes, it does. Ugh, car.
Have your eye
You
on
got it.
anything in particular?
The caramel cereal bar. Caramel cereal bar.
Thank you very much.
Actually, don't I have... Yeah, I have a lot of these.
Thank you.
Time to increase this up the wazoo.
Digress.
Here's some cards, everybody.
Sorry to
Take
push
your
out.
cards.
Appreciate it.
I'll keep it safe, Green.
Stats
Sure,
up.
I'll take it.
I'll keep it
Take
safe.
your cards.
Thank you very much.
You get these
This
from
means a lot to me.
the Grimoire Decryption. Oh hey, I forgot
Take
Yorda
good care of it.
was a connection at some point.
Don't mind if I do.
I feel.
I don't know why I already
guilty.
forgot
Thank
that,
you
but
very much.
I'll take that.
Aaron,
Take good care of it. Thank
Betty,
you.
Anya's, and
Gotta treat myself every now and then.
no connection points.
Much.
And that was it for that. The caramel cereal bar is the only new food item apparently in Newtown.
Thanks for the meal.
Please, take your time.
By Ideal Watch S for Toa. The newest cutting-edge wristwatch has a wide variety of useful functions.
Thank you
Doing
very
Minabadu?
much. Welcome.
Feels like there's so many more, quartz. I mean, it makes sense considering
Thank you
it's the
very much.
third game in the Calvard series, but jeez Pete.
Planner launched.
Ideal Watch?
Thanks.
This is the only gift. Now, let's go watch that movie.
How can I help you?
So, the guide recommends... It actually seems like we're going to be watching 2 movies. Our options include, Crimson Fist, Mishi and Boots, Golden Blood R15, and Perfect Driver 2. As for what we're actually going to be watching... Crimson Fist is first, so let's do this one. Alright, what do we got? Movie time. A lonesome girl named Beth, born in the slums, turned to a life of crime and ended up in prison. But one day, she received a letter that would change her life. It was from a man named Mikey, who had once made a name for himself as a boxing trainer. You got a talent for boxing, kid. You just gotta hone your skills. Although Beth scoffed at the letter at first, as time went on, she eventually decided to start training on her own. Eventually, the day of her release came, and Mikey was right there waiting for her, inviting her to train with him and become a champion. But the path of a pro boxer was more arduous than she could have ever imagined. Mikey, who had become a mentor to her like none other, was diagnosed with an incurable disease just before the biggest match of her career. After he fell into a deep coma, one the doctor said he'd never recover from, Beth was forced to go it alone. Ow.
And Beth's down on the mat yet again. Could it be that her opponent, the welterweight champion Grizzly Bonanza, is just too far beyond her to beat?
It's no good. She'll never beat that monster.
I hate to say it, but maybe she should just stay down.
Get up! On your feet, Beth!
I can't see. Everything's going dark.
Get up!
I can't.
Listen up, Beth. You got a natural talent for this sport.
Mikey?
But before you can go anywhere, you gotta believe in yourself. Work on those moves. And don't do it for me. Do it for your future.
Get up!
All that strength you've been building up, it ain't gonna let you down. I know it'll point you in the right direction when you're up against the wall.
That's right. Mikey believed in me. The most important thing you gave me is right here inside me. Coursing through my blood and my fists. Believe, Beth. Believe in all those days of training. Believe in yourself. Gotcha!
She nailed her! That was a perfectly clean hit!
Thanks, Mikey. I promise I'm gonna bring that belt home for you.
Lunch. Alright. So what does the gang have to say?
Wow, Nia brought a ton of energy to that role. Agreed. It was even a bit overwhelming at times. I found myself almost intimidated by some of the scenes. I've seen other movies she's been in, but I was pretty surprised by how this one turned out.
Yeah, for me it was almost like I could sense her presence, even through the screen. Eastern martial arts call it chi. During sword fights, it's something I feel all around me, striking the air like tremors. The movie gave me the same feeling. I guess her putting her all into her acting could be considered as similar to a martial arts artist dedication. Damn, it's feeling like the real deal to a divine blade. Nina must have really done her homework for the role. Though it does make you wonder if that was all really just acting. Could be she's actually got the guts to better life, same as the character. Either way, her acting was amazing. Loved her moxie and how genuine her feelings for Mikey seemed. But her fight scenes were also next level.
For real, the way she put behind her punches made them feel, like she was actually punching the other person. And when she fell to the ground, it was so convincing I almost felt it myself. Apparently in some older movies, there were times where the actors really did hit each other. They couldn't let Nia do that, of course, but good acting and editing can make it still feel believable. I felt as though I was actually watching the match from the front row of the ring. The power of film and acting truly is something to behold.
Even if she's a method actress, is that really enough to explain all that chi I felt? It was almost like it wasn't just acting. It was as if she took a real person and recreated them down to the smallest detail. Rain's picking up on the fact that she's a lot more than she lets on. Then again, I feel like that's the case for literally everyone in this series. Everyone's way more than they let on. At this point, the only person who's not really more than they let on is kind of Estelle. She's about as like upfront as you get. She shows you exactly the kind of person she is. Anyways, we can watch one more movie.
How can I help you?
And the guy recommends watching... Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Golden Blood R15. Blah, 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 blah. Movie time. A sinister pharmaceutical company seeks to shake the very foundation of the world with a deadly engineered virus. Tasked with stealing its design documents, Zoe and her partner Rick begin sniffing for clues, which leads them to the chief developer at the lab. Zoe attempts to get close to her target in the way that she, as an A-class spy, does best. Wait, we've seen this before.
Stop it,
wait.
please. I told you, I've already got a boyfriend.
Wait, we've
heard
seen
you
this before.
Loud and clear. I also recall you saying that he's buried neck deep in debt.
I recognize this somewhat.
I'll pay off his debt in full, on one condition. Break up with him and be mine. If you still refuse, then I'm afraid I must ask you to resign. So what'll it be?
We watched this movie, I'm pretty sure, back in the first game, I think.
I'm so sorry. Could you at least look away, sir? I'm really not used to this sort of thing.
My, aren't we shy? Very well. Just don't keep me waiting.
Turns evil.
Yes, that's a good girl. There's absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about. Psych! I'm gonna have so much fun stripping you bare.
Hello.
Gotcha.
Gun.
You naughty boy.
All right. What is Crow gonna say? I have a feeling Crow's gonna say something. Just a sneaking suspicion. Call it clairvoyance, if you will. Hell yeah, that was awesome. That part where Judith Lancer showed us the goods? Oh, perfection. Director really did his homework on what men want.
Crow?
Anyway, this is only the R15 version, right? Wow, they seriously pushed the envelope on what was allowed.
You think so? This was way toned back from the R17 cut they released last year. That one had a scene where she was swimming in butt naked, and then there was that risque catfight with the female researcher. Oh dear, sounds like the actress was really put through the ringer.
Are you alright, Altina? You've been pretty quiet.
There's something that's been bothering me. I know I can't do anything about it at this point, but I am 17 years old now. In spite of that, and of the fact that I've grown taller, they still ask for my ID to verify my age.
Oh, poor Altina. I get the feeling they did the exact same thing with Toa, so don't feel bad. That's what you're hung up about. That's sweat. At least you've got some growing left to do, unlike a certain other shorty here.
I will skin you alive, Crow. Wow. Really sealed your fate there, but...
Just no dialogue from Toa. And he's like, yep, you're dead.
Yep. It was nice knowing you, Crow. It's okay. I'm used to this point. I've been asked for my ID more times than I can count. Doesn't matter to me that it took longer for them to verify my age than Altina's. Not one bit.
Oh, poor Toa. Poor Toa. That's funny. Alright. That's all the movie stuff done. Let's go buy the rest of the stuff we can.
Allow me to assist.
We got new weapon stuff here. I do have a lot of cash to burn, so I might as well. Sonic triggers. Devastator. This one's the highest ranked one. Guess we'll do it with a genie swear.
I did the thing again. I'm stupid.
I bought an extra. Oops. I am not good. And then we'll just buy these. And then the shield belt is apparently a trade item for later, so we'll hang on to one of those. Upgrade all the weapons. So much money.
I hope to
You
see
get
you again.
a lot more money in this game, I've noticed. You wanna know why I think you get a lot more money in this game? Because the palms. They make it so you can get palms pretty easily in this game. Meaning you're never really gonna be in trouble when it comes to money. You can just go into the Grim Garden. You could literally just farm for a palm space. You literally can just exit, enter, until a palm space appears right in front of you. Grab that, go into it, kill the palms, go back, rinse and repeat. I kind of appreciate it at least, because I feel like in other games I have had... I mean, I don't know, I just think it's nice to have an easy way of getting money. Anyways... from here... Let's do the guide. Or, sorry, the guide? What am I saying? Let's do the side mission. This one.
Confirming content.
For SVG, Test Bike Trouble. I am Tao Ming, an advertising manager for Red Star products at the Motor Pavilion. We have received reports that, for some inexplicable reason, only the test bikes provided at the Motor Pavilion have been experiencing malfunction among Red Star Orbital bikes. Could you investigate this matter? I'll be waiting for you at the Motor Pavilion. Manager Tao Ming. Alright, let's go take a look. Apparently this is a super simple quest with an SP and alignment choice, but all you do is select one thing for the SP condition, and then the quest is basically over once you pick the alignment choice afterwards. Good evening. We're here to answer a bulletin board posting we saw.
Would you happen to be Mr. Taoming from Red Star?
I am, but aren't you the group from Thor's Military Academy, way over in the Empire? And then all that talk about you acting as proxy Spriggans is true after all.
Wait, so you put up 4 SVG already knowing that? That's somewhat surprising.
Well, to tell you the truth, I consulted with the Bracer Guild first, seeing as this pertains to civilian safety. But they told me there was a party from Erebonia acting in Arkwright Solutions' stead, some of whom were involved in orbital bike development. This also being an orbital bike matter, I decided you would be better suited to taking it on. So that's it. Makes me wish we brought in George or Angelica with us.
Sounds like Alex has her backs, though, as far as pushing work on us goes.
At any rate, I'd be much obliged if you could hear out my request. This is our mechanic in charge of maintenance. If there's anything you don't understand about the job, talk to him. Name's Hongley. Nice to meet you. Not the part of my resume I expected to land me work in the Republic. But hey, no complaints here. So, give us the deets. Your test bikes are on the fritz or something? Yes, according to the reports we received from customers taking our bikes out on test drives. Apparently, they'll experience engine stoppage or abnormal motor rotation under specific conditions. It hasn't caused any runaways or other full-blown accidents yet. It's only a matter of time.
Under specific conditions, you say? How curious.
I should also mention that we disassembled a bike to inspect, but none of the components were worn, damaged, or out of specification. On top of that, only our demo models are affected. There have been no reports on the ones being sold.
That's another oddity to keep in mind then. Especially if checking the parts didn't bring you any closer to the cause.
Actually, riding the bike and reproducing the conditions would definitely narrow down the candidates. Though, of course, that'd be a dicey proposition. No worse than any of the shit we've trudged through already. In fact, I'd say that makes us even more qualified. You certainly are eager to dive headlong into peril. I guess that's to be expected from pioneers of orbital biking. So does that mean we can count on your aid? We got it. Leave it to us. No matter the cause, if there's any chance of an accident, then it's best dealt with as soon as possible. Oh, wonderful. I couldn't possibly be more grateful. Or tremendously relieved at that.
Our pleasure. Now, could you start by showing us the bikes in question?
Yes, follow me.
Let's 4SPG
Alright.
it up.
Let's 4SPG it up. Orange. This is one of our demo models used at the Motor Pavilion. No signs of faulty maintenance or missing parts that I can see. Yeah, nothing strikes us out of the ordinary. It's the best of our know-how, anyway.
I performed a shard echo detection as well, but there doesn't appear to be any internal damage. This might be as far as we can get when it isn't running.
In that case. Yep, on to the quick and dirty method. As I thought, actually seeing it go out of order mid-drive will be our most reliable bet. Would you mind us taking a bike out for a short road test? Not like we didn't already figured there'd be some risk. It'll be back in one piece before you know it. By all means, go right ahead.
Before that, you also mentioned that the malfunctions only happen under specific conditions. Could you tell us more about them?
Of course, they're prone to occurring during sudden accelerations and decelerations, tight turns, and other sharp movements. Or in more extreme cases, while performing stunts such as wheelies or drifts. Customers who engage in these acts will reportedly experience sudden engine cutoffs and brake failures.
You gotta be kind of a tool to pull off that stuff on borrowed property, test drive or not. But on the flip side, that means a safe driver won't have half as many problems. Regardless, so long as the cause remains unknown, the latent risk may be no different.
Right, we can't afford to ignore this. A deeper investigation will go a long way here. Great, then the two of us will take one of these puppies out for a spin. Alright, we appreciate you putting yourself in harm's way for this. Ray and Crow, blah blah blah. The pair would swap between it and Crow's bike, which they also brought in case of emergency. Alright, what's going on? We're pushing 800 miles an hour. How's it going? Any problems yet? Nope, far from it. It's been perfectly stable so far. There's not much vibration or noise either. Makes for a pretty comfortable ride, actually. Huh, might have to switch off. Alright. Yep, doesn't raise fuss if I up the speed while driving normally. Rolls along just to smooth my own wheels, too. So what if we try this? $1,250 per hour now. Any luck? I opened the throttle pretty hard. Still no dice. If only we had a better idea of what it takes to make this thing go haywire. That's weird. Why is it not doing anything? What now? Trying to replicate the conditions they mentioned is getting us nowhere. Is it someone that's, is there somebody who's, like, intentionally, I don't know why I said internally, intentionally interfering? Well, unlike us, the folks who demoed these bikes didn't know squat about them acting screwy. Could be there's some element we're subconsciously overlooking here.
Oh, hey, Hermes. Hey, Imperial Heroes. Short time no see. You guys checking out the sights? Though I can't say it looks like you're having much fun.
Major Amelia. Wait, didn't you have to return to base? You're a little off track if you haven't noticed.
Oh, I'm just touring around. My schedule's about to be packed solid, so I figured I'd wrap up with a quick run through this route.
I see. Well, not to interrupt, but do you think we could pick up your brain for a second? Yeah. Situation to Major Amelia.
Uh-huh, I getcha. In that case, how about the three of us have ourselves a race?
A race? Now there's a good way to push this thing into going out of whack. No better excuse to tear up the pavement and bust out the stunts.
Exactly. Try and force the issue and you could be at it forever. But cutting loose with a little composition instead will let the problem replicate itself naturally.
That does make a certain sort of sense. Alright, I'm convinced. Consider your challenge accepted. Something tells me you just want to have one last showdown for the road.
Oh, am I that obvious? Give me some credit though. If there's an orbital bike trouble, you can bet I'll chip in. Still, a race is a race. You better take it seriously.
Hey, say no more. After all the guinea pig work we did for these things back in Arabonia, phoning it in just ain't an option. Right. Even if we went out in the end, today's training exercise taught us the hard way not to underestimate you. So if it's a battle of the bikes you want, Major Amelia, it's a battle you'll get.
Meow. Alright, now that I'm all warmed up. Ladies first, gents.
Ah, hell. Fast chick on 2 wheels doesn't play around. Fine, time to show off the custom work I got done in the Free Cities. Sure, fired up. Guess a better matchup. Speed!
Oh well, look at you two locking in. Okay then, how you like this?
She's a professional, all right. Don't throw it in the towel just yet. We got a repped up hold here. Catch her on the bend up ahead, Reen. On it. We won't push this bike to its breaking point anytime soon unless I ride a win.
Should've known you'd keep up.
Still a hair behind. Major Amelia's skills are on a whole other level. That much is obvious. But the same could be said for her bike's performance, too. Speed is her style, so odds are it's customized for acceleration. Which means my best shot at beating her is to keep the same speed as her. She has the edge when it comes to sprinting, so instead...
Playing it safe, huh? You do that while I wind my lead.
Her turbocharger may be impressive, but there'll be an opening once she's finished accelerating.
You caught up? Not just that, I'm blowing straight...
Not just that, I'm blowing straight past you. See ya! There's no way you can use a boost that powerful back-to-back.
Nicely played. Let me guess, you goaded me into going full throttle just before we got to the bend.
That way, the timing would line up right up with her turbocharger's cooldown period. Talk about thinking ahead of the curve. Gotta give you props, Rain. Okay, time to really step on it. Whoa, hey, not good. Guys, help, help. It's stopping. Huh? Don't tell me. Just when things were heating up. Get back there, Rain. I should be able to keep my balance until it slows down enough. The engine.
Yeah, looks like it's completely shut itself off.
I'm okay. Phew. Made it through somehow. Hey, take skill. Rolling to a stop that clean. Anyhow, 100 to 1 says we just found our malfunction. Right, there's no smoke coming out, and I didn't hear any parts breaking. The gauges don't suggest it had overheated either. Better pop it open and look inside then. Only question is where.
There's something about the way the engine died. Mind letting me take a peek at the speed limiter and safety devices?
Sure. Limiter and safety devices. You don't suppose... Was it tampered with?
I have my doubts, but yep, I was right on the mark. Looks like the limiter sent a signal to all the safety devices at once, forcing the engine to shut off.
So it's just defective. You think anybody involved would have been able to guess that much?
Not a defect, actually. Everything's operating exactly as intended.
So it is tampered. In other words, it was engineered to work like this on purpose.
Much as I hate to say it, yeah. Someone tampered with the parameters so that the system would overreact to sudden accelerations and turns. What's more, they installed a mechanism that sends a kill command to the whole driveline at once.
Sounds like a pretty elaborate setup to me. Not exactly a long list of people who could have done that much tinkering. Good point. I mean, there was that mechanic, though. He's the only one he's kind of the only suspect.
Sounds like you guys are onto something. The guy, Tao Ming did say that the only guy who, was working on him was the Hongli guy.
So, he's the prime suspect right now.
I'll just go ahead and get out of your hair, then.
Leaving so soon?
Yep, that's enough distractions for one day, and I've already got plans after this. Shame that we had to cut the race short halfway, though. Oh, but you guys made it one hell of a bout. And if it helped you out at the same time, even better.
For sure. Thanks again, Major Amelia. It's because of you that we got to the truth behind the case. I didn't expect to compete against you again, either, much less in a scenario like this. It was a good opportunity to redeem ourselves.
For what? You guys were the ones who won the training exercise. Still, glad we can all walk away from this with no regrets.
Alright, let's go tell him. Well, that's that. Ready to head back now that we know the problem? Yeah, I'm a bit hesitant to bring it out in the open. We'll need to cut right to the heart of things in order to resolve this. Yep. Alright, suspect number 1 is definitely Hongli.
A story. I'm just glad you weren't hurt, Rain. So with Major Amelia's help, you managed to ascertain the cause.
Yep, turns out there was no defect at all. It was by design. Care to explain why that's the case, Hongli? What do you mean? The bikes were acting up because their limiters and safety devices have been tampered with. Makes sense you couldn't figure it out when you were only looking for something out of order. It follows that the person who had access to the demo bikes, and only the demo bikes, would be the one in charge of their maintenance. Am I wrong, Hongli? No hiding it now, I suppose. You're right. It was all me.
Why do such a thing? You must have had a motive.
Look, I can see the logic in appealing to customers and outshining competitors, but our higher-ups took it further than I could stand. The publicity they've been pushing is all about flashy stunts and breakneck speeds. And that's constantly incite customers to drive our test bikes recklessly. Hongli, I told them to reconsider, but my frontline feedback just got smothered out instead. All that tells me is that our PR department prioritizes profits over human lives.
So you took it upon yourself to augment the safety devices in excess with the intent of curtailing the reckless driving itself. But the way it sounds, heartbreaking and sudden engine shutdowns come with their own risks. I mean, Rain wound up in a pretty tight spot, right? Yeah, my balance was thrown off all at once, out of nowhere. Even when trying to recover, I couldn't adjust the RPM to do so. To be fair, it is probably less likely to cause a major accident than driving like a maniac. But let's be real, less dangerous doesn't equal less safe. You say that like it's something I don't realize, but this was the only way I could protest. If nothing else, I need to spur the higher-ups into re-examining their policies. Hongli, your motives aren't unreasonable. This is a deep-rooted issue, one that can be traced back to the marketing division's disregard for safety. I understand now, both the situation and how you feel, Hongli. It's a dagger to my chest, really. I put a lot of trust in you and your abilities. But as a manager, I have to notify my superiors of this. In which case, the logical outcome will be his disciplinary dismissal. That won't solve the fundamental problem here, though. I sympathize with him wholeheartedly, and losing such an excellent mechanic will be a heavy blow. But even so, it's my responsibility to make a report. Tell me, how do you think I should handle this? No serious accidents have occurred thus far, and it's possible that some were even prevented due to his unauthorized measures. Knowing that, this matter is too complex to close out with just simple punishment, at least in my eyes. Sir. Alright then, give us a moment to mull it over. What do you guys think would be appropriate considering their positions? Either have Hongli turn himself in or pretend it was a trial run. Gonna be honest, I think he should be turned in. Let's be honest, I mean, I do agree with, like, his sentiments. Like, I mean, yes, people shouldn't be test driving like maniacs. However, what you did could potentially cause it, like, I don't know, that's their problem if they get into accidents like that. I don't want people to get hurt, but at that point, it is their fault. But don't involve yourself in this. I'm sorry, buddy, but I think you need to be turned in. Frankly, the trouble lies with upper management brushing off the input of their floor workers. But at the same time, that doesn't justify Hongli's actions. If he asks me, he should own up to his crime and report it himself. While at the same time, using that opportunity to raise the underlying issue directly. That is an option, I suppose. This whole episode boils down to the marketing division's negligence. If Hongli reveals his motive and turns himself in, then that leaves the PR department little choice but to confront the elephant in the room. There's definitely one road to come to a common ground, though Hongli might have to suffer for it. I recognize the gravity of what I've done. If taking the blame will make the higher-ups give a damn about their employees' concerns for once, then that's all the payoff I could ask for. Good. Very well. I'm sorry I had to end this way, Hongli. But rest assured that your qualms will be escalated on my end as well.
I too need to do my utmost to ensure things never come to this again. Good. After that, Hongley restored the test bikes to their original state. He and Tao Ming then contacted headquarters and notified them of his transgression. Thank you once again. This whole affair could have seriously tanked our company's reputation. We just did what we could to help. That's all. Glad it made a difference in the end, though. Take it from somebody who's had a hand in the business. You guys got a lot of good stuff going on.
I second that. Sure, but we also got a glimpse into the dark side of the industry. You won't see this sort of thing at Rhineford. Or is that just wishful thinking? There were some factional disputes in the past, but all should be well after the decisive measures Elisa took.
Well, unlike them, the Vern Group's organizational structure adds a layer of difficulty when it comes to sweeping reforms. Nevertheless, I'm hopeful that this will serve as a springboard toward improving upon these issues, if only slightly. Rest assured, I won't let all the good you've done for us go to waste. We appreciate that. Helping Orbital Bikes reach new heights and wider audiences is more than enough of a reward for us.
A job well done, everyone.
Yippee!
Mira for our efforts.
Law rank up. Alrighty then. And then let's check out the story events here. So first off, we have one over here.
Not this way.
Never mind. It's up here. What do we have? Maximum energy. Oh, I see Gotti.
No more dilly-dallying, folks. It's time to talk Salvatore Gotti's upcoming Perfect Driver Zero.
Is that's him? That is 100%. That is 100% who I think it is, right?
Next month, we'll see the launch of our most anticipated film yet. And to fuel your adrenaline rush, Dread Power is introducing Maximum Energy.
Damn, I didn't know the church was that down on money.
It is our absolute pleasure to announce this collaboration.
Wait, seriously?
It's both of them.
The century.
Totally packing.
It's me, Salvatore
How did you convince Celeste?
Gentlemen of Basel, are you ready to turn up the heat?
This presentation's gonna end and Gotti's gonna be found dead in a ditch and burnt to a crisp by Celeste for making her do this. How did you get How did you get these two? How did you get both Celeste and Leon?
We're honored to partner with Dread Power for their exciting new energy drink. I've even been
Oh,
downing
Gotti, it's been nice
maximum
knowing
energy
ya.
between shoots.
But there's no chance in hell that Celeste is letting you get away with this unharmed.
It's a sensory explosion, refreshing and revitalizing with every swing.
I need to know why you two are doing this.
Use it to top yourself off after a long day at work, school, or the road. It's even the perfect wingman in bed, if you know what I mean.
I so desperately need
Say
to
no
know.
more, director. Of course, just like the movie, this drink will surely rock your world. Even our lovely booth babe here can't get enough.
Oh, Jesus, Celeste is a...
Director, I'm gonna
I
freaking
knew-
kill you after this.
I knew.
Yoo-hoo!
Celeste. Now I'll give that guy this. He knows how to put on one hell of a show.
The display is so over the top, it's making me nauseous. Also, I have a few choice words for whoever designed that risque outfit.
An energy drink themed promotion for the motorsports Orbital film, huh? Pop culture, it sure is something.
I had the same thought when I first came here. Wait, haven't I seen those two somewhere before? What on earth are those two doing?
That's what I need to know. How did Gotti get you two wrapped up in this? Is the church demanding you to do this?
That salesman guy.
I need to go up there. Let me talk to them. No. Let me talk to them.
Oh, look who's here. My compliments again on your phenomenal showing this afternoon. Hey, you're one lining up the stage director. I think this event was the reason you came to the pavilion earlier today. Your booth babe and promoter back there are some real characters. How'd you land them? Oh, just pulled a few strings here and there, and it turned out exactly as I drafted up. The hype around Perfect Driving Zero's on the hyperfast track now, baby. Take my word for it.
Solis is... There is a non-zero chance that Gotti ends up dying in this game, and there's a non-zero chance that it ends up being Solis's fault.
Must have some kind of bargaining chip over them.
What kind of dirt do you have on the church? What does the church have? What does Gotti have on the church that makes that...
Oh, before I forget, you ought to sip some of this maximum energy stuff for yourself. It tastes so good it'll blast the tire straight out of here.
Oh. You're too kind.
Well, give it a try later, maybe.
I need to know... Leon, Solis... How the hell?
Performing search.
I can't wait to watching them. I can't wait to later get the friggin' title issue like 7 or whatever, and then it's headline: Director Gotti found dead, and in his room. Reports say that the director was found in his room, burnt to ash. Oh, hey. Wait, wait. Lila, what are you doing here?
Thank you for taking this time out of your busy schedule.
Why is Lila here?
The requested modules offering well above expectations, so it appears we will be able to finish on schedule. Great. The part of the space program I'm in charge of has hit a good stopping point too. Still, I never guessed that's what the tech union side was up to. It would have been nice to take part in it. You're going back on site for the final simulations, right? Asked Prof?
Ass Prof?
You should go drinking once everyone's wrapped up. We can meet in the Burl, or even in Arbonia. It sounds fun. Not the most flattering abbreviation of Associate Prof, but oh well.
Mint, what the fuck? Mint? Genuinely, what the fuck? Mint, so this is where you went.
Oh, hey guys! Wonderful job with the exercise today. You two are amazing.
It was no big deal.
Oh, Crow. Anyway, thanks for all your help, Esmery. You ran measurements on our machines on top of monitoring the new assault frame, right? We just received the reports earlier. All the even figures and improvement proposals will be of great help to the tech team at Thor's. It's the least I can do to pay you back. I'm a part of the project after all. I gotta say, those tier things sure are impressive. They take so much into account to ensure pilot safety. You can really feel Professor Makarov's painstaking attention at every turn. What can I say? My uncle's really been plugging away since becoming a department head at the Institute of Technology. He's probably just trying to show off his brand new wife, though.
Oh, they actually got married. I remember we had a whole plot point with that.
Anyway, seeing the three of you here together makes me wonder... Are you here on some errand for the Tech Union, Lila? Indeed. How very perceptive of you. Yep. We've been exchanging information about it. I've heard the rumors, but, Side note, why the maid outfit?
And so old school, too. Got a weird thing here in the Republic.
This is simply a traditional design for Liberalian maid uniforms. Perhaps I should properly introduce myself. I am Lila, a provisional negotiator for Zeiss Central Factory.
Oh, so that's why. I was gonna say, like, she mentioned earlier in the game that she had to go somewhere, but... Huh. So it's for Zeiss Central Factory.
You have my deepest gratitude for your work in the joint exercise, members of Thor. Well.
That's, very kind of you.
How to put this? It's a pleasant sentiment in a tickling sort of way. Now, Sai, you said you were a provisional negotiator for ZTF.
It's like what Sharon does as at least as assistant at RF.
I should note that my original duties as a servant lie with someone else entirely.
I was gonna say, like, aren't you supposed to be, like, Bose? Like, the maid of Bose?
Still, for a number of reasons, I have been entrusted with negotiating on behalf of various parties, CCF included. As such, it may be that I will have cause to speak with all of you from Thors again in the future.
I see. We look forward to it, in that case.
West Maria Tech Union, proposed by the Foundation and CCF, and backed by all sorts of major manufacturers. There sure seems to be a lot going on with them lately. I'm sure neither of you are in on it, Toa, Allie. No, not at all. It seems like George and Professor Schmidt might be. I have no involvement either, though I do hear that Chief Plato is keeping busy.
Well, we'll probably get sounded out eventually. Let's just leave it to our itty-bitty mechanic for now.
Itty-bitty mechanic. Alright. Alright, we're done with the Newtown district. To Artisanal.
Let's head off.
We have one recipe and then 2 food items. So let's start with the shopping sprees. I forget Newtown is organized like spaghetti. Oh, Jesus. Let's wait to get into that family reunion over there. Soul Shift cookies and white fromage.
We earned it.
Guardian Beta. Fragrant basil cookies. I keep forgetting menu. Fragrant basil
Now we're
cookies.
cooking. Try this. Chef's recommendation.
Yippee! Fragrant basil cookies.
Thanks for the meal.
And that's literally all the shopping. Alright, in that case... Sorry, I'm just checking out the guide to make sure.
Planner launched.
Question. Still have to go to the Basel Institute of Sciences. Alright, let's talk to these two. Alright, what are you two doing?
Oh, hey. Thanks for earlier.
Good evening. Out enjoying the sights?
Hey there, Major Amelia. And General Herring.
Hello. I take it you two are here for dessert?
Yes, we'll be returning to Zeku when we're done. But it's been a while since I last met my daughter outside of work, so we decided to have some news stored together.
I just now noticed they both have the... I mean, it makes sense considering they're father and daughter, but they both have the exact same eye color. It just stands out to me because it's pink.
Sure did. And I ordered a whole one, so we've got plenty. If you'd like, you're welcome to join us.
I'll take half.
Think of it as my way of making it up to the ladies for being so brash earlier.
How's it?
I guess we can take you up on that, though the professor did already treat us the same thing at breakfast. Indeed, every restaurant family has their own unique nut sort recipe, it seems. I look forward to trying it. It'd be our pleasure to join you.
Help?
I apologize for my incorrigible daughter.
You have a very interesting daughter. No, don't be sorry. It's on us for being caught so flat-footed. We can just chalk that up to our lack of experience. Hey, I'm not one to look at a cheek pecking and gift towards in the mouth, but anyway, yeah, she definitely blindsided me there for sure. Interesting. So you didn't get to see Char much during the planning phase.
Nope, this guy has had buried in work, being in charge of the whole up and all, and I've been stuck doing training, and more training. Poor Papa, you must be so lonely without me around.
Were you a more disciplined daughter, perhaps I would be. Yeah, you did things like joining the military in spite of my objections and worked your way up the ranks until you became an ace pilot. Then you volunteered for the front lines of the war. That may have earned you a military accolades, but it came at the price of injury and early retirement.
You're still holding that over my head. Come on, I helped you stop the invasion right out the gate. Just cut me some slack. And hey, even if it's only a temporary thing, I'm back in the game now, aren't I? You can never keep a good military gal down.
Suppose I can't argue with that on that point.
You see, this is a temporary arrangement. what do you plan to do once the project is over, then?
Gonna hang up the military cap again?
That's more or less the plan, yeah. Though it may depend on how negotiations go with the people higher up in the pecking order.
For the record, I will have no say in that. You'll need to make your case with military affairs yourself.
Seriously? Ugh, that's just great. I'd have an easier time bargaining with a brick wall. You, sure you want us hearing this stuff? Still, you two seem really close. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Might be partly because my mom passed away early on. I also used to go camping with him as a kid whenever he was on leave.
She can be quite the handful at times, but honestly, that's part of what makes her so endearing to me. It pains me thinking this might be the last time we meet together like this.
Huh? Because of the rocket launch, I'm guessing. Yeah, I mean, it will be the first attempt of its kind in human history, so the chance of everything going belly up isn't zero. Still, it's probably safer than when I was hauling ass making deliveries on S-level difficulty routes.
Don't equate your reckless bouts of whimsy with something as important as the rocket launch. I'm guessing that's what you did for rehab after your injury.
I've heard the delivery woman Hermes has dropped by the Free Cities on business from time to time.
Yeah, and I've heard all about the things you got up to there, too, freelance contractor Armbrust. From cracking down on human traffickers to mediating corporate disputes, you've got quite the resume. You're more like a Spriggan than a Bracer, but the cases you handle are on a much larger scale, by the sound of it.
Someone's done their homework. Take it you've studied up on my past, too?
That's a given. Though rest assured, your criminal history in the Empire is of no concern to us. Like with Schwarzer, I thoroughly scrutinized the CID report on you, and after the fact, I gave your invitation my stamp of approval. I neglected to express my gratitude during the social gathering due to all the people in attendance. Thank you. It's because of you that the program's chances of success have gone up, even if only slightly. I'm grateful to you both as the man in charge of the project and as the father of the woman before you.
Huh. General. I'll be frank, I still think this whole thing is suspicious as all get out. But I'll take your thanks at face value for now.
No. I don't know if it's our place to ask. What are the odds of success?
How should I put this? Let's just say I have reason to think it'll be higher than the time when you dispelled the Twilight.
Really?
Please, just leave it to us this time. You can count on us to beat the odds. Same as you, with our own two hands.
Sorry about her. She has a bit of a flair for the dramatic. Anyway, I heard from Kincaid that you're headed to the capital tomorrow. I understand you'll be taking part in the launch ceremony. So I hope you'll enjoy the show.
I'm sure we will. Good luck. We'll be rooting for you.
You got spirit, I'll give you that. In fact, I'd go so far as to bet half my chips on your chances.
Afterward, Reem's group thanked the Herrings for the tart and nut coffee and then went on their own way. Yippee! I'm scared. Whoa, what?
Talk about having white-knuckle determination. Like, damn.
I know what you mean. Honestly, though, I can't get a read on how they truly feel about the program. But I can tell they're dead set on making it a success, and I'm sure the same is true for the president. Personally, I think it's fishy that they just move forward with withholding information from not only other countries, but also the guild. It doesn't look like they're doing this for personal gain, or even that they're acting only in the interests of the country, so what's their aim? Good question. Regardless, the notion of standing to the side and simply watching these events unfold doesn't sit well with me. I feel much the same way now as I did when Mille Mirage was proposed as a countermeasure to Jormungandr.
Yep.
Instead of chaining our fate to that plan, we, the Radiant Wings, took to the skies and charted our own course.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And if we're to do the same thing here, then at the very least, we need to get to the bottom of what it is they're preparing for.
Like with the Great Twilight, there's something more going on here than meets the eye. Until we know what that something is, I think we should hold off on making any moves.
Makes sense. Okay, now that we've honed in on what we need to do, you guys ready to get to work? I certainly am. Let's do this, everyone. Not just because it's the Thor's way of doing things, but because our Calverdian neighbors need our help.
Just what lies but beyond in space. What kind of horrors lie in space? Terrors beyond reckoning. Anyways, we got another side quest. Bulletin board. Oh no, CEO. There's been some rather unsavory office gossip among Vern employees and associates about our returning CEO, Bill Townsend. If it spreads any further and his name gets dragged through the mud, he may be pushed out yet again. Would you be able to look into the rumors? I can provide more details if you come by the tunnel entrance west of the Artisanal District. Secretary Cohen. Can this guy ever not be in trouble? I swear to God. At first, sure, maybe he deserved it, but now it's just kind of getting ridiculous. Dude cannot catch a break.
Alright, let's help him out. You Cohen, the Vern CEO secretary? We saw your post on the bulletin board.
Indeed I am. You must be the group from Thor's Military Academy then. I've heard talk that you've been carrying out 4 SPGs in that spread instead.
Yes, assuming you have no issue with that. May we hear the details of your request? It was in regard to negative rumors going around about Mr. Towson, as I recall.
Correct. I actually think an outside party without any preconceptions will provide a more impartial perspective. See, I'm rather hesitant to divulge any details at HQ, hence why we're having this conversation out here.
Guess it'd be problematic if someone from the Vern Company overheard, huh?
Yes, it's for that reason that I want to investigate as confidentially as possible.
Alright, let's get to it. We accept. As it happens, we chatted briefly with Mr. Towson earlier. Even knowing his indiscretion last year, he seemed nothing if not sincere about making up for it. If a man like that is having his reputation tarnished, we can't just leave it unaddressed.
Much obliged. I'll feel more at ease with your assistance.
It'd be kind of a letdown if the rumors turn out to be true, though. The guy's a one-man shooting range of easy targets anyway. Doesn't seem like all that big a deal, really. What exactly is the nature of these rumors?
The CEO has come under 3 separate allegations from what I've heard. 2 of them are even accompanied by photographs.
And those photos are being spread too? How ruthless.
But, by the same token, it means there's actual physical evidence fueling the gossip.
Yes, if possible, I'd like if you could verify said photos for yourself and to inform your verdict.
Understood. We'll be sure to look into that as well. First things first, let's try and get in touch with those who've heard the rumors.
Yeah, I'd like to hear people's takes on them, not to mention what it is they're actually saying.
If it's public perception you're looking for, then the wider the net we cast, the better.
We should try asking a receptionist in that case. They come into contact with a good variety of personnel and information. It'd also be a good idea to find someone from a Vern subsidiary too, or a divisional employee with corporate and departmental connections.
Thank you again for going to all this effort. Do get in touch if you learn anything.
Right. I can't say for sure how much help it'll be, but we'll see how far our outside perspective can take us to start.
Commencing
All right.
proxy spring.
Oh no, CEO. Rumors about Towsend.
Right. I see.
Green Run. First off, up here. Hello there, sir. Barnaby.
Got a second?
Yeah, I've heard the rumors. They've been circling around the workshops and companies in our supplier network. Something about him having seedy underworld connections or whatnot. We're referring to the same Bill Towson, correct?
He doesn't really seem the type somehow.
Last I remember, he was so clueless about Almada that he missed him scurrying around right under his nose.
Don't suppose there's any proof.
Well, there's this quote-unquote photographic evidence going around. See for yourself.
What?
Feels a little less underworldly and, more underwhelming. The man in sunglasses certainly meets the stereotypes of a criminal sort. Apart from him, though, it doesn't seem all that condemning. Not to mention they're meeting in broad daylight.
Yeah, I couldn't say what exactly, but there could easily be an innocent explanation behind this. Maybe the guy he's talking to just likes wearing suits and sunglasses. This is stupid.
Maybe, but you've still got people buying into it, including some of the artisans we worked with. Personally, I reserve the right to stay silent. You have to wonder where the story even came from, though.
That's a good point. Knowing the source could change the context entirely. Setting that aside, who could have possibly taken this photograph? Provided this meeting was private, there are only so many people who could have been present.
She's right. True enough. Which would mean someone involved snapped the picture with an ulterior motive. But of course, if they didn't meet in secret, then we can't be sure this was a coincidental shot from an unrelated passerby.
Either way, feels malicious.
Sure does. Someone went real out of their way to create this evidence. Gotta keep that in mind while we think this through.
So it seems like someone's trying to set up Towson. To Newtown!
Let's make our way over.
In front of the bulletin board. Yeah, I'm alright! In front of the bulletin board. Hello. Pierre.
I have something
Rumors.
to ask you.
Tell me. Spill the tea.
Oh yeah, word is that rumor... Is that the rumor? Word is that the rumor mill is going wild over at Burn HQ. The ones going around in the subsidiary I work at are based on an audio of the CEO's remarks. Not that anyone knows when or where it was actually recorded.
Is that right? Would you be okay with sharing it with us?
Sure, have a listen.
This company belongs to me. Our subsidiaries are disposable. Haha, nice body on you.
And there you have it. This recording's been a 3-for-1 fountain of gossip.
It's just spliced!
Stuff like him misappropriating the company or belittling his subsidiaries or committing sexual harassment behind closed doors. I see. There's a lot of noise in it though, to the point where it's sort of tough to make it out what he's saying. And even aside from that, something about it just felt off somehow. The audio was choppy at points in addition to the noise. There's a possibility it was edited to sound like this.
Now that you mention it, the way the words flowed felt unnatural too. That said, it does sound like Mr. Towson. Gets me curious how the recording was made.
Going by the tone of his voice, it doesn't sound like it was from a public meeting or anything. Odds are that someone who was there recorded him maliciously. But whom?
It would have to be, if it's a private meeting, then it would have to be somebody higher up, right?
File that next to the question of our mystery photographer.
Thanks for your input. I think we have a better grasp on the situation now.
Oh, no worries. I'm glad I could help.
I'm starting to see a picture here. Next up, receptionist Trinity. I feel like I need to save the game in case, because there is an extra SP condition here.
I've got a
You
question
there.
for you.
Tell me your secrets.
Yes, I did hear there were allegations against Mr. Towson. Few employees generally believe him, of course, but it still led to a loss of trust on some level.
They're semi-convinced, in other words. If you don't mind my asking, were you yourself told any of these rumors directly?
Yes, a colleague passed along this photo. Though I can't say where it originated from.
Damn, old man's got game when he puts his mind to it.
Is that your only takeaway? This picture appears to show the CEO enjoying a night out with a young woman, leading some staff to believe he's been caught in a honey trap and is leaking in company secrets.
I mean, what if it's just a friend?
Naturally, I put no stock in this, but I am curious about the actual scene being depicted.
It could just be a friend.
There's definitely a sort of cheerfulness to it that comes off a little surprising.
What if it's an old friend of his?
Even so, they're only conversing. I have to question whether any conclusions can be drawn from that.
You're right. Normally it'd take a lot more than this to stir these sorts of rumors. I get the sense that whoever's spreading them has a personal bone to pick with Mr. Towson.
One way or another, it's too little to make a judgment call on. We can't say there's absolutely zero chance this thing is legit.
Still, a photo this innocuous shouldn't be spreading rumors like wildfire.
Yeah, comes off a little forced to me. I want to consider the possibility that someone's fanning the flames on purpose.
Right. Let's keep that in mind while mulling over the other rumors. Thank you for your time. We know you must be busy right now.
Oh, not at all. Any disparagement against our CEO is just as much a concern of mine. I'm happy to have been of service.
Alright. Okay, that about covers all 3 allegations against Mr. Towson.
Yeah, except all the evidence was either half-assed or inconclusive.
Which makes it all the stranger that the rumors have spread this quickly. And even with only the flimsiest proof, some people are still believing it. Going by how the photos look, though, I think we can assume they weren't faked or taken accidentally. The recordings, though, did sound unnatural, but even then, it still was his actual voice. Honestly speaking, if you consider everything we've learned as a whole...
How to put this? It feels like Mr. Towson is being framed here. Thinking about it from that angle explains a lot.
Not hard to imagine. We were just talking about how much of a walking kick-me sign he is.
Well, not to be bummer, but it's still just one theory out of who knows how many. Indeed, but we need some corroboration.
Okay, in that case, we should go get some from the CEO himself.
Steering us right into the eye of the storm, huh?
There's no better place to verify the truth of all of this. Even if the rumors are legitimate, we'll probably need to sound out his situation anyhow.
Good point. I'll give him a call so he knows we're coming. Okay, he said he can spare some time, so we're welcome to stop by. We can find him over at the Institute of Science.
Off we go then. To the Institute!
Let's make tracks.
The Basel Institute of Science.
Hi, Cronkite.
Telescope.
So this is the Basel Institute of Science. The Republic's premier bastion of education and research, responsible for driving its technological growth.
Feels pretty different from the Ruhr Institute of Technology.
Right? Even if on first impression, they seem about the same. They're both scientific institutes, so they do both cover the sciences, physics, biology, chemistry, and information. Though, unlike Ruhr, they focus on research as opposed to manufacturing.
They say that the Institute of Science has long cooperated with Basel's Artisans Guild. They actually established the Verne Company together. That's why the factories and local companies often test their prototypes.
I see. So it's their history that makes cooperation between industry and university possible. The things that set it apart from Ruhr would also be due to that history, right?
Looks like they just finished a test. And I guess wherever you go, students make the same faces when they finished an exam.
Reminds me of the kids at Thor's Branch campus. I'm feeling a little nostalgic myself.
I bet. Come on, the test's done. You should be able to go in now. That's where we're headed, right?
Yep, the continent's largest state-of-the-art observatory. My grandpa visited a long time ago. Sorry again for making you come all the way out here with me.
You don't have to apologize. I'm actually looking forward to it. Though it might be a little too early to be stargazing.
Then why don't we take a little tour of this fancy institution?
Good point. Some of the people who were at the event earlier are here, as well as some folks from Verne. Maybe we should plan to say hello to them too.
Of course. Well, shall we begin our little tour of the school then?
Here to stop by for a what can I get for you?
Soul Chef Smoothies, Hazel Macchiato, and Willy Smoothie, and stainless steel tumbler for Reed. A tumbler made of stainless steel that preserves the aroma of coffees and teas.
Hope it's to your satisfaction.
Is this over here? No, that's a bulletin board. One thing at a time.
Hey, Cronkite.
Kincaid, I didn't even notice you!
We have obtained the necessary data, correct?
Indeed, and based on that, I shall be making further adjustments to the airframe and external units. Which means I'll need to return to Zeku Space Base as planned.
Understood. Safe travels then.
Oh, it's you. Well done during today's exercise. We've managed to obtain some excellent data. I think we saw each other at the get-together briefly.
If I could, I'd like to take this chance to say hello properly, Professor Cronkite. And thank you for your part in the exercise.
I hear Amit might have been a little pest during the event.
It's nothing to concern yourselves with. We both did what we had to increase the probability of success.
Can't help but overhear, Professor. You're heading back to Zeku Space Base?
Yes, I intend to travel with Major Amelia and the others by airship. I won't be able to enjoy this town's coffee for a while. We all must make sacrifices. There's still so much that needs to be done. Adjustments to the machine, analysis of the satellite data.
I heard he was taking on the majority of the technological and operational aspects of Project Startaker. It's no surprise it's keeping him busy.
And he doesn't seem the least bit fatigued. He really is a genius. We won't take any more of your time. We just wanted to say thank you. How about you? Heading back to the base with the professor? No, I intend to stay in Basel for a while. Everything at the space base is on track. They don't need me at the moment. But there are some things here in Basel that require my attention.
Something that requires his attention here? Now?
I see. Sounds like you're busy too. And we should probably leave you to it then, shall we? Thank you for your understanding. The fewer distractions, the better. Just can't help the snide remarks, can ya? It won't be long until you're used to it. No, I've already told you what I'm doing. If there's nothing else, then I suggest making the most of your time in touring the campus. That's just what we were planning. Thanks for your consideration. You take care as well, Professor. Of course, I had no intention of doing otherwise, but I'll accept your will wishes.
I can't remember anybody's voices.
The Basel Institute of Science. I feel
All
like
right,
there's a lot I can learn here.
Yeah, there's no question this is the finest academy Calvert has to offer.
Can't help but imagine what campus life would have been like here.
Then shall we look around? We can wait to go see the stars until after it gets dark.
It did show. Wait. Banana I'll light. Alright, we need to do our side quest here. Side quest is downstairs.
Be sure to eat a balanced diet, you hear?
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna have to activate story in order to do this.
My goodness, I had my own reservations about Mr. Towson's reinstatement. As I understand it, everything seems to be going smoothly. You have my support. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm ashamed to have caused you trouble last year, Your Highness. I will never make the same mistake again. I will dedicate myself to this company.
You did a lot of dubious things last year. There's no denying your skill in bringing together various industries over the years. With courage, you're sure to lead Vern in the right direction.
Indeed. I'll be counting on you now, Towson. There's more to discuss, but it appears we have some guests. Oh, it's all of you. Sorry, looks like you're in the middle of something. We didn't mean to interrupt. It's no problem at all. We've already finished the complicated business. If you'd like, why don't you join us?
Hello.
I see. Sounds like there's a lot of strong opinions about Towson's return as CEO back in Elsheim.
Can I get a seat? All you guys get a seat. There's enough space. Why am I not allowed to sit next to the prince? Come on. I want to sit down.
It can't be helped. You've invested quite a lot, after all.
That said, it feels like more and more people are willing to give me a second chance.
Considering your achievements and the sincerity you've displayed since your return, it's not hard to see why. I had a talk with him myself. It's convinced me that he is the right man for the job. I'm sure of it. And I intend to encourage my father to give his support as well.
That's a lot more generous than I expect.
Well, Professor Hamilton made the request. Seeing how much she's done for our nation, we can't just ignore what she says.
Even the professor is...
I don't know what the voice to do for you. What the heck?
Even the professors...
Even the professor supported my return.
I fear I'll never be able to return the favor.
No, what voice to do for you. What the heck?
What about...
What about this? Something like this will do.
Not she ever...
Now I've forgotten everybody's voices.
Not she ever abandoned you, giving her humanity and more obligations.
Sounds like everyone really loves and trusts the professor.
She definitely has a different style from Professor Schmidt and the others, obvious as it is.
She is certainly special among Epstein's disciples. She has a philosophy of getting close to people and supporting them all equally. That's a cornerstone of all her research.
And no matter how much time change, her self-sacrificing nature never dies. It isn't just whole countries indebted to her, but entire generations.
I was lucky enough to work with her long ago on a variety of her projects. And each time I've seen the problems of the people, I've recognized that she was truly saving them. While I haven't gone to join her on the eastern part of the continent, I'm sure they're even more grateful to her.
Even in Elsaim, our appreciation for her is deep in our roots. For years, the professor has been the intermediary between Elsaim and the Republic when it comes to sharing technological advancements. Sure, we owe a lot to our mineral resources, but the development of our nation can be traced back to her influence.
I think it's easier for us to feel close to her since she's half Central Eastern. I worked with the professor on behalf of the ICO, and it seems she's loved throughout the Central East, not just in Elsaim.
Ah, and don't forget her undiscriminating love for all. People everywhere feel a strong bond with the professor.
Even at the Foundation, everyone talks about her character and achievements.
She's really so much more than I had been led to believe back in the Empire.
You know, all the big mistakes I made were while she was away. She really was a huge help as a consultant to the Vern Company. But I can't lean on her any longer. I had to guide the Vern Company forward with my own two hands.
Hearing all this is just another reminder of the professor's character.
Which is what scares me even more, knowing what we know from Kevin Drew. Why does she know? What does she know? Yeah, I wish I could have talked with her more. If you're staying in the Republic, then you may get another chance. For now, would you like to take a look inside the Institute?
Yes, we would.
We should still be open for a while yet, so feel free to take a look around. If you run into any problems, just let me know.
Thank you again for your help.
Sorry we interrupted. We'll make sure to enjoy a tour of the campus. No, don't make me go yet.
Is that the bell from the chapel in the artisanal district? It's 6:30 p.m. now, so I'm guessing that's to let people know it's time for the evening services.
Probably, yeah. Also, damn, sunset already? I thought I'd come a little later, given it's summer and all.
Okay, I think we've seen all there is to see here, so we should probably move on to the next thing.
Sounds like a plan. Once we're ready, let's make our way to the observatory at the Institute of Science.
No. I don't wanna. I wanna talk to you.
Actually, we've been talking so long, my God. Delete this.
I understand you've something new to discuss, members of Thor's Military Academy.
Yeah, thank you for your time. You see, we were hoping to get your assistance with the request we've undertaken.
Is that right? I'll help to whatever extent I can, then. What is it you wish to ask?
Well, our client wants us to investigate some wild rumors going around. Hear anything about scandal rocking the Vern Company right now by any chance?
You mean to say there is one? If so, I'll have to deal with it post-haste.
This is the first he's heard of it, evidently. Doesn't seem like he thinks it could apply to him in any way either. Wow, he really has no idea, does he?
Better get down to brass tacks then. I'll be blunt, Mr. Towson. The rumors we're looking into are regarding you. They include some audio and photographic evidence that we'd like you to fact-check, if that's all right.
What? About me? I don't believe I've done anything wrong, though. Please, tell me more. I will try with all sincerity to explain myself however I am able.
First, there's this picture of you speaking with a young woman.
Ah, her. I believe she was a job hunting student that I interviewed recently.
A job hunting student?
Yes, she came a long way from the countryside for our appointment, after which she did some sightseeing in town. This photo must be of when I chanced upon her in town. She said hello, and I offered her some encouragement. But who in the world would take a photo of that, and why?
That's not as juicy as I was gearing up for.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's about as... Huh. He really was just trying to, just say hi.
Feels way more on brand, though. This guy and Lady Killer don't exactly go hand in hand.
You guys!
What about this photo? Seems to be giving some the impression that you have connections to the underworld.
This person's the executive director of a trading company. We've known each other for a long time now. His eyes are rather insensitive, so he often wears sunglasses on days the sun is particularly bright. As it happens, everyone in the sales department at our headquarters knows him, so you're welcome to speak with him if you have any doubts.
I see. Then what about this recording?
This company belongs to me. Our subsidiaries are disposable. Nice body on you. What is this? It certainly sounds like me, but I don't recall saying anything of the sort.
There are indications that the audio was deliberately spliced. Do you recall any remarks you've made that could be edited together in this way?
This company belongs to me. That bit does bring something to mind. It was during a private conversation between Cohen and myself not too long ago.
Bingo. There's a smoking gun.
If memory serves, I said something along the lines of, this company is my life, so to speak. All responsibility for it belongs to me. Our subsidiaries are to be handled with careful consideration. We must first dispose of their concerns in an orderly, dependable manner. Nice work. But you mustn't overstrain yourself. It'll be all for nothing if your body gives out on you.
Wow. Assuming you recall it correctly, then it's definitely possible that these sound bites were clipped from that conversation.
And if you two were talking one-on-one when it was recorded.
It's all coming together. Should have figured as much.
Yeah, this seems like a set from start to finish. What do you want to do now, Rain?
Well, we've come this far. I think it only makes sense to lay it all bare to the man himself and get his cooperation. This won't be easy to discuss, but from what the circumstances suggest.
Well, you know the target.
So you were investigating at Cohen's request, then? At the risk of echoing him, I'm inclined to ask that you get to the bottom of these baseless hoaxes myself.
Yes, of course. We may just be sprains by proxy, but we'll give it our all.
Not that we don't already have a grasp of what's going on here.
The key now is pinpointing who's behind it all. The perpetrator had to be capable of procuring those photos and that recording, as well as propagating the word of them within the company. And what's more, potentially stand to gain from framing Mr. Towson.
Right. Narrow down the suspects, and the one who spread this disinformation can only be... It can only really be Cohen. None other than Cohen, your secretary and our client. He was in a position to prepare the photos and audio by himself.
No, how could that possibly be? It's true, he was present at every occasion, but...
This is only conjecture based on circumstantial evidence, of course, but the likelihood is high.
Did he himself hire you to investigate these false accusations, though?
Actually, that's what stuck out to me from the get-go.
He asked us to investigate the rumors themselves, but not their source. And he didn't say a word about putting a stop to them either.
If anything, it sounded as if what he sought from us was verification. Following that train of thought...
Maybe his aim was to have us confirm the rumors as unbiased outsiders. That way we'd help to solidify and spread them even further.
Roundabout doesn't even begin to describe that. But yet, had we taken the bait, it could have been the final nail in the coffin.
Cohen was appointed by Director Duroc, a member of our board who took over as CEO during my dismissal. He's proven highly capable, but we haven't been acquainted for very long, so there's much I don't know on a personal level. Would you object to me calling for him right now? I must learn whether he's truly the culprit, and if so, what his motivations are. And those are things I ought to hear from the man's own mouth.
Mr. Towson.
I understand. Go ahead and call Cohen over. We have to relay the results of our investigation to him anyway. Let's do it. All right, Cohen, time to talk.
You ready to report on the request?
I didn't realize CEO himself would be present for it. Let me begin with the rundown on what we uncovered during the course of our investigation. Here you go. They were clearly been disseminated with malicious intent. In short, you've concluded that Mr. Towson is free from fault. Very well then, I'll continue digging into the rumors myself and see if I can't determine their origin. That's quite enough, Cohen. All I want to know is, was this your doing? So that's it. You've managed to figure me out. I expected a third party would be quickly deceived, but evidently that wasn't the case. Now that I'm caught, there's nothing to be done. I resign myself to whatever punishment you deem sufficient. Just as we thought. Hiring us really was a ploy to push your smear campaign. But why? What could drive an outstanding secretary like you to do such a thing? We're well past the point of words by now. But I'll tell you this much. I only acted with the good of the company in mind. The good of the company? That is the most I can say.
Is that because you're trying to protect someone else who's also a part of this? Come to think of it, he was appointed by the previous CEO, right? You put two and two together.
It's the old CEO. Heh, bullseye. Be straight with us here. Was he the guy who put you up to this? As I already stated, I acted with the good of the company in mind. Full stop. You didn't outright deny it, which is the nearest surefire sign Duroc is involved. I just couldn't accept the idea of entrusting a burn company to you again, Towson. In focusing solely on profits and gains, you failed to prevent what happened to Professor Callahan or the managed litigations between our affiliates. Your reinstatement as CEO not only defies all sense, it robs the company of the opportunity to change. Mr. Duroc should be in your place instead and steering us toward reform. I acknowledge that I've yet to fully earn your trust, just as I acknowledge my past transgressions. However, that's all the more reason why I must make amends with my own two hands. It is toward that aim that I resume my position. I am well aware of Duroc's capabilities as well as the reliance on so many employees place on him. But even still, I refuse to capitulate. Not to a man who'd stoop to reclaiming power through vile mudslinging. Mr. Towson. And just how genuine is that determination? I pledge to not only rise up on the backs of my past feelings, but achieve results that more than outweigh them. In this way, I will strive to become a man worthy of your confidence, yours and Duroc's both. So you needn't place your faith in me on the spot. All I ask for now is that you give me the chance. At least until such time that I can repay this company in what way I am able. Mr. Towson, you really have changed. Compared to Director Duroc and I. Go on and wait in the other room for now. I will inform you when the consequences of your actions are decided. Yep. Alright. So, what are we dealing with them? Allow me to express my gratitude once again. It's because of you that these malicious rumors have been stemmed. That being said, I'll have to fix whatever foibles of mine allowed this to occur without me noticing. What about the turncoat? You gonna give him the boot at the very least? You gotta give him the boot at the very least.
It wouldn't be the end of it, though, if it turns out the previous CEO really is involved to any extent.
Quite so. If you don't mind, may I ask your suggestions on how to approach this? Just for my consideration. I'd appreciate your objectivity as a third party, not to mention the ones who actually solved this problem. Arkwright Solutions often provides consultations of this nature after completing their jobs, as I understand it. You want our advice? Well, why not? Well, alright. It's not my area of expertise, but I'll try to come up with something. What kind of middle ground would Arkwright propose in this situation? Our options are take the secretary and ex-CEO to court, corner the ex-CEO at a board meeting, or blackmail the secretary and ex-CEO. We just got done with the whole, like, I'm not stooping down to mudslinging, so now we're going to blackmail you. I don't like that idea. It's like, at that point, we're just worse.
cornering at the XDO at a board meeting. Cornering at a board meeting could be a fun thing in the end, but I feel like you really need to send a message. And if you want to send a message, you gotta do something that'll make them really hurt. And I feel like going to court is gonna do the most damage. This is the option that feels most right to me. In the end, this is a cut and dry case of defamation, one that deserves to be brought to a proper trial. Opting for half measures or gray area solutions instead would set a risky precedent, especially considering that this is also in regards to Towson's like image. If Towson does like underhanded things, it's going to hurt for the company. And he wants to change. He wants to be a better person, so let's do the option that feels most right. And that can end up a long-term determinant to how the Vern Company tackles its future problems.
You may well be right.
That said, actually bringing Mr. Duroc to justice may take time if Cohen doesn't testify against him. The Secretary himself's the only circumstantial evidence we have on the guy otherwise.
Plus, airing out this little inside job to the public will make the company look like a house of cards. Actually, I agree that this ought to be handled in accordance with the law. Vern's future should not be built on a precedent of solving issues through maverick memes.
I agree.
Good day. Is this Director Duroc?
Mr. Towson? It's been some time since your reinstatement. How are you settling in? I imagine the sweeping adjustments I made during my time in office will take some time getting used to.
Yes, about that. Perhaps we can discuss the details another time. In court.
Wait, what do you mean? Let me speak with your secretary.
That was boldly done.
A declaration of war, through and through.
I must demonstrate at least this much conviction, or even the smallest of victories will escape my grasp. That aside, though, there was something cathartic about it.
Yeah, I can't deny it. There was something kind of satisfying seeing someone who's like defaming you just suddenly take a major hit.
I used to think they resort to character assassination to try and force my resignation. If it weren't for all of you, I might not even have noticed. My deepest thanks for that.
Think nothing of it. We were just carrying out our proxy work as best we could. I'm sure Arkwright and his team would have found a better way to resolve this.
No need to be modest. You presented a satisfactory compromise, of which I have no complaint. As for your payment, expect a transfer from my end.
Thanks, but if you really want to do us a favor, try being less of a sitting duck from now on.
Yeah, maybe cover up a few of those easy targets paying all over you.
Guys!
You guys, shush! Us to a fault as ever.
That's quite alright. It's a fact that my vulnerabilities invite exploitation, as evidenced by today. As such, I intend to consider this a lesson learned, a call for me to shape up and run this company with grit and resolve. Perhaps this debacle was simply a trial of sorts, a chance for me to make a fresh start.
Well, it's been a privilege helping you weather it. I don't mean to sound too forward, but know that you have our support, Mr. Towson.
And you mine, members of Thor's Military Academy, in all your future endeavors.
Aw, that was really nice, honestly. It felt good, kind of like helping him get a new start.
Looks like our work here is
done.
done.
No, CEO completed.
Mira for our efforts.
Again, I'm not really gonna pay too much attention to like... I know I could try and max out all the LGC alignment stuff as best I could, but honestly, I just want to answer these as best I could. So even once I max out Law, that doesn't mean I'm always going to choose Gray and Chaos from then on and never do Law. This is our like main playthrough, and I'm going to pick the options that feel right to me. And it just so happens that all the Law options felt the most correct. But I'm sure there'll come a time when I want to do something more evil. That day is not today, though. But speaking of today, though, I think we're going to end for today. So, thank you all so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace.